Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Renee Ashley Beauty. I know I've been gone for a really long time. It's been a lot going on, but I'm here and I'm square and I'm ready to do what I gotta do. So basically, today I kind of want to get into some makeup that my mom gave me. So the other day my mom like sat me down and she had this like bag of makeup, and so yeah, I'm gonna try some of it today. I've already tried maybe like 2 things, and they're like really good quality, high quality stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. So let's get into it right now. All right, so first and foremost, when I'm doing my makeup, I do my brows. I don't keep the tail end of my brow on. That's just me, because my brows are very weird in that they grow kind of like I don't know if everybody's brows probably does this, but they grow kind of scattered, so they don't have like an official point at the end. They kind of just like look like very weird. So and I do my brows with gel. The gel that I use, it comes with a little spoolie brush. It's kind of like a dual-ended thing. So it has like a spoolie, then it has this like angled thing for your brow. This eyebrow gel is called, it's from the Magic collection. It's a really cheap gel because I'm not about to spend a bunch of money on eyebrow gel, but I got this from the beauty supply store, like, you know, like one of them little beauty supply stores or whatever. So, and it's almost done, as you can see. What a shame. I'm not super close to the camera. I mean, I'm not super close to the mirror, so I really can't see too much of what I'm doing. But usually my brows start off pretty messy and then I kind of go in and clean up. So I don't really care about getting my brows super duper neat. I don't really care about getting it super duper neat. What I focus on is the angle that I want. So when I go in with the gel initially, it's literally just to focus on that angle that I want, especially this up angle that I want. It's just for me to focus on that. You know, oh girl, what is that?
What is that?
So the color that I use to outline my brows, to give myself like a little highlight, is it's chestnut in the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think this is really popular. I think a lot of people use this. Like I said, y'all are never gonna see me on here using like super expensive stuff unless it was given to me or I got it from like a box, like an Etsy thing. Like I'm never gonna be, because I just don't believe in spending a whole host of money on makeup. Like I just don't. I'm sorry. Okay, I am not rich yet. Okay, so when I'm doing my brows, like I said, I can't really see too hot right now because I'm not close enough to the mirror. But when I'm doing my brows, once again, I'm just trying to focus on that angle. And if I couldn't get that angle, okay, see, that's great. If I couldn't get that angle with the gel properly, I will use my concealer. Yes, I go top and bottom because this is not super bright. It kind of blends in anyway. So the top is always super tricky for me too, because I like for here to be a little smaller than the rest of it. So I kind of go in like that. And once again, it's just about creating that shape that you want. Just about creating the shape that you want. Boom. Ooh, she works. She works, darling. She works. Okay, I'm not even gonna fiddle with that no more. Yeah, do y'all see that? I'm sorry, excuse my terrible skin right now, but it's just about creating that shape that you want. Your eyebrows are not sisters, they're more like cousins, like second cousins. And they're never gonna be perfectly even. Like you see that one's a little fatter than the end of this one. That can always be fixed and tapered off. But once again, you just want to try to create that shape. Ooh, I totally messed up on the end there, but I'll go in and fix it. So it's just about creating that shape that you want. The shape is important. Does she work, y'all? I think she works. I don't think it's that bad. Like I said, your eyebrows are not, they're not sisters, okay? And if they are sisters, or if they are twins, they're like fraternal twins. After I do that concealer, I go in with this super dirty, maybe a couple years ago, people used to use these brushes a lot. I forgot what they're called, but people used to use these a lot. I still use mine, and it's super dirty. That's how I like it, for a ton of reasons. But I just go in and I kind of, you know, even that out. I know people do their makeup all different types of ways, and that's fine, but this is just how I do mine. This is what I have found works for me, and everybody's different, you know. Everybody's not going to do the same things, and that's cool. I think it's about finding what works best for you. I just find this way being a little easier for me. All right, I think, okay. So after I do that and I have my little unibrow, we're gonna get onto some eyeshadow. Yes. Hey guys, so I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. It's not a technique that I've ever really felt the need to master. I'm just not big on eyeshadow. I'm big on brows, and I'm big on foundation. But today I just want to do something with the products that my mom gave me. So I'm gonna hit you guys with kind of like a blue dark fantasy, right? So this, my mom gave me this Bobbi Brown single kind of pan eyeshadow, right? It's called Moon Rock, that's the color, and it's a sequin eyeshadow. So I'm gonna open it up so you guys can kind of see the color. Whew, sorry girl. Coronavirus. So this is the color. I believe it's probably called Moon Rock because of the kind of you know, kind of looks like a outer space kind of feel. Let me see if I can get closer so you guys can see. Maybe you guys can see a little bit like that. Yeah, so it gives very much outer space. Dust that off in there. Let's see how this is gonna go, y'all. Oh, okay. Okay, girl. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a big eyeshadow girl, but I'm gonna try to work this, okay? That is super pigmented. Okay, Bobbi Brown, let's go, girl. I told you guys before about this Nomad Berlin Underground palette. Maybe it's a little bright, you guys. Hope you guys can see that. Hope you guys can see that. So obviously it's been used. She's been used and abused, child. Especially I love browns. So I'm gonna go in with the black with a lighter brush, just to give me some definition in that crease. Just for some definition in that crease. Just give me a little bit of hello. I'm gonna attempt to do a cut crease. Emphasis on attempt. Okay, emphasis on attempt. Emphasis on attempt, child. Emphasis on attempt. I was very affected by this whole George Floyd case, because why does this keep happening? Like, I don't understand. I oftentimes, I'm like a devil's advocate person, right? I'm very devil's advocate. I'm very, okay, well, maybe blah, blah, blah. And maybe, you know, da, da, da. I'm very like that. But in these kind of cases, I just don't see why. The part in that video that just took me was when he was asking for his mom. I mean, this is a grown man, guys. This is a grown man. And he's sitting here. He's laying on the floor with this cop's knee in his neck, okay? And he's he's crying out for his mother. I mean, I'm not a mother yet, but that, I can only imagine. I can only imagine, like, for you to cry out for your mom, that means that the pain is so, is like excruciating that there's no other choice. It's another product that my mom gave me. I think it's called SYNCOPE by Folly Fire. It's a multi-finish eyeshadow palette. You guys can see, I mean, that's beautiful packaging. I love that. Pop it open. Whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, look at that, beautiful. I'm gonna go in with Ether. Just gonna see how that looks. There's some fallout, but it's nothing crazy. Now, I usually don't do these bright blues, but I'm gonna go in with this blue. Oh, the pigment. The pigment. That's all I have to say. The pigment. Going with that blue. I'm trying to see if it's blotchy. It's not blotchy. It's really smooth. I don't know if you guys can see how smooth that is, but okay. So after I pat, I mean, you can build this color up, but you really don't need to. You really, really don't need to. It's super. It's there, girl.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, it's there.
it is present, available, and willing. Okay?
So, okay, I'm not mad at that. So I'm gonna take Sentient, which is this kind of darker blue. It's not as matte as that color, and I'm just gonna kind of blend that into this crease a little bit. Now I'm gonna get into some lashes. Now, I got these lashes from a box of lashes that my mom also gave me. They're Kiss lashes. They're called All Eyes on You. So I got my lashes from this top row. Obviously, it's gone. They're beautiful. They're shorter than, you know, my preferred taste, but they're still beautiful. I mean, they go on. They definitely serve the girls the plate that the girls are requiring to be served. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with my glue. I squeeze some glue on my finger, and I kind of tap with the tip, and then I put a thin layer of glue on the weft. I'm definitely gonna blend this out on this. I don't really like how that looks on the side, so I'm gonna blend it out. Okay, so I can't see the mirror too good right now, but I'm gonna go ahead, and I usually kind of focus on the center of my lash line, kind of let that get used to it, and then I take my finger and I'll go ahead and press that in. Take my other finger. It's so hard when I have nails on, and then I glue that down. And then what I do is I take the back of my tweezer and I kind of push that onto the lash line. You know what I don't like, y'all? I don't like when my lashes are like up like that. Kind of like when they're, because I know some people kind of take the lash up. I don't really like that for myself. For my personal face shape, I don't really like that. My face is pretty round. You know, she's pretty full. She's pretty fat. So I just have to be careful a lot of times on how I do certain things with my face. Okay, one down, one to go. I usually don't use eyeliner, but if I do use eyeliner, I use it after I put my lash on. I know that sounds crazy, but I like to cover up the white glue line if it's existing there. I'm gonna go in with some eyeliner because I think this look needs it. It needs a little definition, a little bit more definition on that lash line. This is just a Ruby Kisses liquid eyeliner. I usually almost always use liquid eyeliner. I just think it's more pigmented. My concern right now is not necessarily having like amazing eyeliner. My concern right now is I'm just trying to have more definition in that lash line. That's all. So I'm not really concerned with how neat it is. I just want definition in that lash line. I dig it. It's starting to come together.
We came together. Yeah. Okay.
Now what I do is I prime my face. I told you guys about this primer before, Musqua, I think that's how it's pronounced. And she has not done me wrong. It's kind of like a jelly kind of situation, and she dries up super quick. I'm also gonna, see, I go right up under that eye. Right up under that eye. Okay, I'll go right up under that eye. When she dries, she gets kind of tacky, not crazy tacky, but she gets kind of like a. So under my eyes, I use a lighter concealer than I did on my brows, and this is Fawn in the same LA Girl Pro. Girl, listen to me. Do not ruin. No. This is Fawn in the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So I just go loop, 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 loop under my eyes. Usually in the past, I would take this concealer up, but I don't really do that anymore. I go loop, 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 loop over that lip. And I go loop, 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 loop under that eye. Okay. This is just how I do my makeup. I know a lot of people do foundation under their eyes. I don't do foundation under my eyes. It just doesn't work for me. So that's that. You know, depression's been doing a number on me. And I never realized how much I truly needed to be outside until this whole thing happened. I never realized how much human contact and human communication physically is important. I never realized how important it was for me to go to brunch. I never realized how important it was for me to go to dinner, to go on a date, to go to church. I never realized those things until they were taken away from me. And, you know, isn't that the big aha of it all? Like, you know, we don't realize what we need or what we have until it's gone. You know, it's the big aha of this whole thing. Is like, I feel like this coronavirus quarantine thing is such a psychological experiment, and it's proving that we really do need each other to survive, to be happy, to be mentally stable, to be okay. We all need love. We all need physical presence, physical touch. And I'm not a super social person, but I need something. You get what I'm saying? I need something to keep me sane. And it's been rough, girl. Okay, so we're gonna go in and blend out this concealer. It's not as tacky as I usually would like it, but girl, we don't have all day. So I use a silicone sponge to blend out a silicone sponge. It's a little plastic thing. It's a little silicone thing. I use this. And like I said before, I used to take my concealer and like the actual concealer wand and go whoop. I don't do that anymore. What I do is I clean up that eyeshadow with my silicone sponge. So that's why I love my silicone sponge as well. I don't know why it's just so natural for when I'm doing my concealer to do this face. Tell me down in the comments below if you do that too, because I need to know if I'm alone. Just to have that light hit me right at this angle right here. That's the angle that I usually do with my concealer. So when I put my concealer on, I'm no like professional makeup artist, but just as a regular civilian who does her makeup, when I put my concealer on, my objective is to create shapes. I think it's all about creating shapes and angles and where the light hits and where it doesn't on your face. So just like how I did with my brows and I shaped it with my concealer, I'm creating a shape down here with my concealer, and I don't take my concealer out that way. Like I don't go loop, 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 loop all out there, because that's not the shape I want. I don't want my face to look wider, because like I told you guys earlier, I already have a fat face. I want my face to come in like that. So I go ahead and I create that shape. So when I'm blending out my concealer, I'm blending it out to create this shape. Now we're gonna go in with some foundation, and this is the Fit Me Matte Poreless concealer. I only do matte. Well, I basically only do matte foundation because I guess I have combination skin. This shade is 368. I think this shade is a little too light. Well, it's not too light. I think it's dark enough, but it is pretty, it's lighter than what I would like to do. But you know, every time I go to the drugstore, especially in certain neighborhoods, there's only like beige foundation there. There's always these light foundation. And it's just like, girl, I can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing with that, girl. I cannot achieve what I want to achieve with that. But this was the closest shade to my skin color. I think I went to I think it was a Rite Aid, and I got this. I think there's nothing wrong with drugstore foundations. I think essentially foundation is foundation. I don't think it's that deep. Then I go in and I blend that in. So I blend that line between my concealer and my foundation. And then I go ahead and I go over my lip a little bit. And I lightly go over and around my concealer because I still want that brightness, but I don't want it to look crazy. Then I take the leftover foundation on my blendy and I go to my eyebrows, and I go to my eyebrows, and you're thinking, oh my god, that looks so like much, but it's only doing that because I'm on camera. If you can see, it kind of has that beautiful blend. And then I'm still gonna go in afterward and kind of clean that up too. After that, I go in with a little baking. I do not bake my whole face, at least with this translucent powder. So I use air spun translucent powder. I don't want it crazy, but I just go in there to keep that brightness up. I go in and I go I just go ahead. And when I'm brushing off that air spun, I'm brushing like that. I'm not just like brushing however I want. I'm brushing like that. And then what I do is, what do I do after that? Yeah, I don't know why, but I cannot find my contour brush to save my life. And I'm pretty upset about it because that's my contour brush. But I'm gonna go in with this little brush that I have. I'm so upset. But that's okay though. So I'm gonna go in with my contour palette. True Complexion contour palette. I go in with the dark to deep color, and I go in, as you can see, I use it. I go in with the deep color. And when I dip it in that, I kind of dust off excess on the paper towel. And I go in like a upward motion. I don't really contour my chin either. but just because it's going on that chin, it's going on that jawline, just because. Tap, 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 going on that jawline. Now after that, I go in with my foundation brush with the excess foundation on there, and I kind of start to blend that. I kind of focus right here to blend it out because I don't want that to be too harsh. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. And then what I do is I go in with the same palette but a lighter color. So the first one was dark to deep. This one is medium to dark. As you can see, I've used it. This used to be my contour shade, and then I just wanted something darker. I go in with the lightest shade, which I have to get another pan, and I sculpt out that contour. So I go upward, I sculpt out that contour, and then I take it all the way down. This is just what I do. Once again, people may not do this, or they may not take it all the way down or whatever, but I do. I just think it's more uniform and it's easier for me. Makeup is a personal thing, you know? So when I do my nose contour, I kind of do the same technique as I would do with my cheeks. I have a big nose, but it's not crazy big. So I just create the line that I want. I know this looks super dark right now on camera, but you just gotta wait. So I take that down. I kind of want my contour to meet on my nose like that. So I take that down and I take it up and into that eyeshadow. Not fully for me. Then once again, foundation brush comes in there. Like I said, I almost use the same technique as I use on my nose, okay? And my point of using this is to blend that out because I don't want that to look crazy. I don't want it to look too dark, okay? This is my personal technique. I'm sure other people do this as well. So I don't want that to look too crazy, so I go in there and I blend that out, yeah? And I still have that effect. Once I do that, I take a smaller brush. Ooh, I'll dust this off. I take a smaller brush and I dipped in this same, in my medium to dark palette. Come on, sir. In my medium to dark palette, I go in with the same Sculpt powder, which is the powder I use down here. My brush, kind of dust any excess away. Take my beauty blender and I'm gonna blend out those harsh lines. I go in with, I use my contour palettes for multiple things. I'm going in with the Sculpt color on my dark to deep palette. I'm just gonna press in the parts that were not set, which is my contour, my chin. I could even go in on my nose, that forehead. I'm not gonna spend money on blush when I have eyeshadow. So I take some reddish pink eyeshadow. Dude, blush is also not super necessary for me all the time. I don't feel the need to always use blush. Now, my mom gave me this highlighter right here. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm really scared. I'm really scared. It's by Folly Fire. It's a powder highlighter. Yeah, that's the packaging. It's called Sweet 16. This is the component that it comes in. At the back has Sweet 16. If you can see, it kind of has this like zebra kind of thing to it. Pop her open. Girl, pop her open. She's a pink one. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little swatch on here so you guys can see why I'm scared. First of all, that's it on my finger. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's her up close. That's her in the light. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a swatch. So she's very pigmented. She's very pigmented, but I don't know if she's gonna go with this blue. I may not do this. I'm not gonna do this highlighter for the simple fact of it's gonna be too much for that blue. I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Mineral Powder. Now this is not supposed to be a highlighter, it's a bronzer, but I'm dark, so a lot of bronzers act like highlighters for me. Okay, with my fan brush, I'm gonna go yes, ma'am. Then we're gonna take her on that nose bridge. I like to do a little dot down here. That's just my preference. I always go in with my beauty blender and I smoothen those lines out. I don't want to be looking crazy out here. Yep, okay. So after that, we get into lips. Now, I'm gonna use two things, maybe three things that my mom gave me, okay? So she gave me this eye pencil by Code 8, okay? And it has a smudge component. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a smudgy component, right? And then it has the actual thing. I did use it yesterday, so it looks a little crazy. But I'm gonna take her, first and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in some of that brow. Yeah, you probably can't see that, but I'm gonna fill in some of that brow. So from there, I'm gonna use this lipstick that my mom gave me. It's from Thrive Cosmetics. The color is Stephanie, a beautiful kind of Tiffany blue component, sort of kind of. Pop her open. She is a beautiful beige color. I did use her yesterday, so she looks a little dirty. Beautiful beige color. We're gonna pop her here. Then what we're gonna do is go in with this gloss that my mother also gave me from Luminess. The color on this is Merengue, I think that says. It says Vinyl Slick Liquid Lipstick. So what I'm gonna do is hope that this looks good. Let me see. Ugh, cha. Things are gonna get easier. And that's basically how I do my makeup. I'm not a blue girl, but this blue isn't too bad. I'm breaking out a little bit, but don't look at that, please. Okay, so she's here, she's square, and she's ready to go, okay? I don't know how I feel about the lip, but she works. She works for now. So I'm gonna take this hair tie off and kind of come back, and it's gonna be all good, girl. Okay, y'all. So I popped my scarf off. I don't know, my lace probably looks crazy. I don't know if it's blended properly, but like I said, this was a quick little one. You see the side hair coming up? This was a quick little one because I know I'm gonna take her off. But you see this line up here? Can't have it. So what we do, you go with our foundation brush that has that excess foundation on there. We go in and we aggressively blend that line in. Excuse me. Girl. When I don't feel like doing my hair and curling my hair and all that stuff, what I do is this. I take my comb and I try to find a style that would look good. I try to go in there and I find something that'll work with my makeup and with what I have on. That's usually what I do. Like if I don't feel like curling my hair and all that stuff, I go in there and try to see if it can work on its own. She seems like she can. Okay guys, so this is it. This is the final product. Thank you guys for watching this long video. And yeah, I hope to see you guys super duper soon. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and can't wait to see y'all again. All right, bye.